It's a beautiful evening and it's a brand new episode of Sister Sister right here on ChannelOne TV. And if you're listening, this is 97.3 City FM. My name is Chris Carter and it's an honor to be here with you this evening, especially for the fact that we are going to be going through the letters some of you have sent, and the sisters are actually ready to help you with some of the problems that you have sent via the letters. Anyway, if you want to be part of this show by sending in your letters, send it via sistersisterislive@gmail.com. And a very big thank you to Kivo, Powder Pepper, and also Cindy Rice for holding us down. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be introducing my sisters and we'll be checking out the letters of the day. Welcome back. It's still Sister Sister right here on ChannelOne TV, and if you are listening, it's 97.3 City FM. So our letters are ready, and it's time for us to meet the sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, Rosie is not yet back, so it's still Olivia and Gil.
Yay!
Hi.
How are you?
Well,
Good.
thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How's the week been?
Topsy-turvy, but good. We thank God for life.
We thank God for life. Are you enjoying the harmattan?
Yeah, it's slowly coming in, and my throat feels dry and some way, but yeah. But
Yeah.
it makes me excited because it means Christmas is around the corner.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
our white Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you like Christmas, Gil?
I don't celebrate it.
What do you celebrate?
Being healthy, mentally healthy, that's what's very important.
And just
to me.
birthdays?
Pardon?
Birthdays?
No, I don't. I've gotten to a point where so many things I don't celebrate because I feel it confuses a lot of things, like the labels. It's, Vows Day, Christmas Day, da. So sometimes when you are not able to be part of it, you feel left out. So I want to do things my way.
Okay, that's nice.
So every day I'm just happy to be healthy, mentally, physically. That's okay for me.
Right, okay. So it's time for us to check out the letter of the day. So sisters, are you ready? All right, so let's go straight into it. Dear sisters, I'm in a situation I never imagined I would be in. I don't know who to turn to for advice. A few months ago, I discovered that my husband has been emotionally and possibly physically cheating with his ex. It was devastating, but in my hurt, I reconnected with my ex-boyfriend. One thing led to another, and now I'm pregnant. I'm lost. I never wanted to hurt anyone, but now I'm stuck between guilt, confusion, and fear. I don't know what to do next. Should I tell my husband the truth? Do I keep this secret and move forward with my ex, or should I walk away from both of them and figure it out on my own? Please, any advice would mean the world right now. I'm in deep and hot waters as I type this letter.
Walk away. Walk away. Because
Why?
the whole situation is a hot mess. When it comes to marriage, right, it's a contract, sort of. So when you're ready to make things official, there should be some terms and conditions. You have to define things, what are we, the purpose of being together. It has to be defined, you understand? But you're saying that your husband was cheating on you with his ex and all. So obviously he's checked out. That's what I think. And you even found out. And instead of having a conversation and maybe saying that, hey, this is not what I signed up for. We're supposed to do this together. And so if this is how you're feeling, then there should be a decision. Maybe he has to move on with that person, and then you two, Charlie, you check out whatever. But you also now went to see your ex, you're pregnant for him. So now there's a kid involved. So that's the main thing for me. The child is the main thing now. Because you're going to make a decision for somebody who has nothing to do with the situation. Do you understand? So the question to you is, are you even going to keep that child, number one? If you're going to keep that child, you obviously know that it belongs to your ex. I don't think you should be in this situation whilst you're having a kid for your ex. Because looking at things, I don't think your husband will even accept that. I'm just, speculating. But if it were me, I'm going to check out. I'm going to walk out, because you mentioned confusion. She mentioned a few words. I'm confused. I'm afraid. What else? I'm guilty. These are very heavy emotions, very, they're serious, emotions that can mess with your head. If you don't take it, you're going to make, sorry to say, a stupid decision just to make everything go away, sort of, which it will never go away. Once there's a kid involved, it will never just go away, because now it's not about you and the man anymore. There's somebody else in the picture, somebody who is coming in who didn't ask to be there. And if you're not in the right frame of mind whilst you're pregnant, it could also affect the pregnancy. That's if you want to keep it. So if I were you, get out of that situation. You can never get cured of malaria if you are still in a mosquito-infested environment. Move away. Move away. Find somewhere else, somewhere healthy, so I can think about things. What are you going to do about the child, number one? And then number two, obviously, the two of you, Charlie, I don't know, I don't think you both want to be together. You're seeing your ex, like the whole thing's a joke. So move away. Think about the child, what you're going to do about the child. If you want to go for therapy, I think you should go for therapy. I think that's very important, because you need to have your thoughts right, so that you can make an informed decision.
What about if she has other children?
Well, she didn't say it, so I don't know. But still, you cannot even raise them in that toxic environment. There's no respect.
So should she live with the children?
Yes.
Or
yes. For now, if they are young, if they are old enough, I'm sure they can make their own decisions to a point. But if they are young, you can't leave them there. Your husband checked out first. If I can, based on the story, he started seeing somebody else. Do you understand? He's seen somebody else, and you have even found out. That tells you that the person has breached the contract. Why would you still want to be with somebody who did that? And you, instead of having a conversation to move away, you also went and also did whatever he's doing. What are you together for?
But let's listen to this again.
Yeah.
I discovered that my husband has been emotionally
And
and
possibly.
possibly.
That was what I was
So
gonna get
possibly, we're not even sure.
That is what I said. You should have had a conversation. That's why I said she should have had it, but you didn't do that. Now you dare. See what you've gone and done. So your story doesn't even sound like too nice now, because once the pregnancy comes in, the story changes. That's what I'm saying. You should have had a conversation with him. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling insecure. What's happening? This is what I'm thinking. If the man is a transparent person enough and is honest, maybe he'll tell you that this was good. It tells you guys have a lot of issues with your marriage. There's a lot of issues, like people are not being heard in the relationship. There's a lot of miscommunication. Because like you're saying, she didn't even confirm anything. She didn't confirm, but that's how she was feeling. So maybe she's not been heard. So she was thinking, me too, let me go and do some. But now look at what you've done. But she brought a story, so that's where I'm going to come from. She should move away. She should move away and think about what I'm going to do about the baby. If I'm going to keep the baby, what am I going to do? Because since you are sure it's not for your husband doesn't have anything to do with that kid. So I think you do that because it's you. You need to do what works for you. You made that decision. As Olivia said, you laid your bed, right? You laid, so you have to find how you're going to lie in it. So make sure the decisions you make going forward are going to benefit you, number one, because there's a kid involved. If you decide to keep that kid, you are going to be responsible for that kid, mentally and physically, financially. Are you ready for all of that? But you need to move away. Speak to a therapist, think about all of that, and make a decision that will favor you, number one, because you're the one who is going to take care of that kid.
Right. Olivia, let's hear from you.
Isn't it interesting how when the people we love so much, how more painful it is when the people we love so much hurt us, that sometimes when we're not as forgiving, we want to hurt them even more. And I feel like this is an exact situation. You guys got married. I don't know how the relationship was like before you got married. You're probably used to him giving you attention, everything going well. And then all of a sudden there's a disconnect. All of a sudden, and you chose your words carefully in your submission. You said that you noticed how he had emotionally started cheating on you and possibly physically cheating on you. And what are the signs of emotional cheats or people who cheat on you emotionally? They're disconnected from you. They're always on their phone. When you talk to them, they're
not listening.
Listen. They don't even recognize that you're within the same space as they are. So you're sitting back and you're looking at all of this, and you're probably even hearing conversations in the middle of the night while you're pretending to be asleep. So you probably tried to get his attention and you didn't get it. And you're thinking, what can I also do so that he would get my attention? It's like what they say, hurt people hurt people. So in your desperation to get his attention, you're like thinking, oh, okay, if he's also doing this, I'm also going to do it to him and see if, okay, yes, he's also going to get my attention. But like they always say, so sometimes marriage can be tough, especially within the first 5 years. It can get topsy-turvy. Sometimes you wonder, people who dated for 10 years, everything is okay, but the day that they say I do, after the honeymoon and the lovey-dovey, and then life really sets in, it's like, is this the same person I got married to? I thought I knew you for 10 years. What has happened? Why have you changed? It takes people time, and most of the time men mature late compared to women.
From 45, I heard.
Yes. So I wish that you had been a little bit more patient, especially because you didn't get any concrete evidence. Even though he gave you, you know, the gut feeling that we all have as women, you based your decision on that. Now, moving forward, I feel like it's advice too late right now. I hear your voice, I hear you. I hear how you feel about feeling guilty, about what an emotional mess you are right now and how you are now pregnant. It's a little too late. Have a conversation with your husband. Sit him down and tell him that this is exactly what happened. You are pregnant, you are with child for another man, and what does he want to do? You went out of the relationship because of X, Y, and Z. You don't know what you had done, but in desperation, this is what you did. If you must apologize, please apologize for it so he knows. And then ask him, this is what it is. What does he want to do? The reason why I say that is because it took two families to come together. And it's a little embarrassing because now the next question, when you even think about it, the bigger picture, if they even have to take the drinks back, all of that, it looks really, it doesn't look good on you and it doesn't look good on even your parents and what it looks like. But I mean, it has happened. I don't want you to be one of those women that we read about on social media or in the newspapers about men finding out, if you don't tell your husband, about men finding out, oh, they paid the school fees of children who did not belong to them, or the child starts growing and the child doesn't look like their father, and the father starts feeling, is this my child? It would be too much water, you know, just going under the bridge over nothing but lies and mistrust. And I feel like it will cost you a lot of emotions to hide that, the consequences, living with it. You don't come across to me as somebody who is able to look somebody in the eye and be bad to them. That's not the vibe I get from what you sent. You come across to me as a genuine good person, and you just wanted to get back, not knowing that this was how it was going to be. So please, my dear, I think first things first, tell him about it. Give him an opportunity to decide what he wants. If he decides, at least you know, and then you move on from there. I'm a little disheartened about your ex knowing that you were married. Even though you were married, he still went on to be intimate with you. So that's the only thing that gives me, like, you know, because now the question is, if your ex ends up manning up and saying, okay, you know, I want to take up, I would now marry you, or I now want to be with you. Sometimes from the stories I hear, men can be funny. They'll look at you and wonder, oh, you know, I was with you and you cheated. Will you be like, I hope that, you know, he's not that kind of person, because at the end of the day, it took two to tango. Do you get? So I hope that he's also more mature and he takes up the responsibility that comes with the enjoyment. Do you get what I mean? So by all means, let your husband know, let your ex know as well that this is the situation. And also ask your ex, my guy, this is suits me, suits you. It has given us a certificate. So how far now? Do you get? And then at least hear what he also has to say. Knowing his vibe will also help you to also be able to make an informed decision. But for me, I would she should tell her husband first, and then tell her ex, and then afterwards you see how it goes. But please, children never ask to be here, and there's nothing worse than being pregnant and being alone.
Right.
You know, it's nice to have a shoulder to cry on, a big fat foot to put on somebody's lap for a nice massage, even in the middle of the night when contractions set in and baby is coming. It's nice to know that you have somebody to rely on. I don't even know how your parents are going to feel about you, and please give your parents opportunity to give them time to heal and time to come back, depending on what kind of parents you have. If you had strict parents, you're like, you shouldn't have done that. Allow them to vent and allow them to also heal, and allow them time to also come back. But at the end of the day, you are their child. They can't throw you away. They'll say, oh, you went to bring us this great, people would discuss you. Unfortunately, you know, when men go and do these things, they're like, they get away. You know, women are incubators. Men are, you know, givers. Every time we are always on them, depending on the decisions we make, we always end up falling at the short end of the stick. So, you know, it's happened, but now you have to carry all the stress and all the emotional difficulties that come with it. So please, next time, I beg you, I hope that your ex is responsible enough to take up this responsibility, but please, next time, please be careful. And should you end up even marrying your ex and problems come up, please know that in Tree, there's an adage. They say, "Asemba anonedeka," meaning when any situation comes up, you use your mouth to dialogue about the situation. Talk to your partner. If they are not hearing you, devise other strategies for them to get your attention, like going out with them, reaching out to them after a good shag. That is also helpful. You know, if that doesn't work, like somebody who they respect, it's always good to find that one person that your partner respects. That one person who, I'm not saying you'll go out and tell people my marriage problem. I'm not saying that. But there should be one person that your partner respects and will listen to. Reach out to that person and tell that person, oh, this is how you're feeling. Could they please speak to your partner? And then if they listen to you, all the best. But please know, it's never clear cut and dry. Marriages, there's always ups and downs. It takes time for sometimes the men to mature and come and meet you. Sometimes when you marry a woman who is immature, the woman also comes up to that guy's standard. But it takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of forgiving. It takes a lot of, you know, understanding. There's a lady who said, the man, she's married though, she said the guy is rich, filthy rich guy. But the guy just can't keep his trousers on. He's going to this. But he has money to pay his kids' fees. He has money to pay their holiday trips. She said, I am not going to divorce this man. I'm not going to sit and breathe and say, wahala. No,
what if he bring you diseases?
No.
He doesn't care about that.
No. Maybe when it gets there, she would figure out a way how to deal with intimacy moments. All I'm saying is that this is her strategy of coping with the fact that she doesn't want her children not getting school fees. She will leave the man for some baby mama. Her marriage will be on the rocks, but she's prepared to sit it out and not emotionally sulk and not let what he's doing get to her.
But it's
Whereby
getting to her
It's
somehow.
getting to you.
No. I'm talking about a different situation. I'm talking about this other lady I had a discussion with, whereby she's decided, okay, to emotionally check out and think about her children. So
But
sometimes
is that healthy?
Nope, it's not.
But that's the thing. You can't
Raising
force
kids is not about paying school fees.
You can't force.
about paying
Hold
school
on. You can't force somebody to love you, for the sake. She is ready to. Some marriages, right? 50 years, 60 years. Not everybody has it smooth. Some people sacrifice. Some women sacrifice for their.
It's always the women sacrificing.
It's always the women sacrificing, but she's
Yeah.
seeing the future. She's looking for opportunities for her children to grow up in an environment. So she won't cause chaos.
That's a toxic
Well,
environment.
She won't cause
but
chaos
you
in
see,
her
you
marriage.
see, but that's
She-
the point. Like,
Toxic.
that's another problem that we have. You said she's now thinking about the children's life. What about her own
Herself.
life? A woman's supposed to be happy for the
to be able
children,
to give what,
to be happy.
take care of her kids.
You cannot give what you don't,
You don't have. Yeah.
So this is the case, right? She has enough.
Because even if she leaves today with the children, it's the man's kids. He will take care of them.
Yes, he's supposed to take, I don't have to be with you to take care of your kids. I can move out of the situation and then you take care of your kids. That's
It's
better
all-
than you being with him and you bring you diseases.
It all depends on the individual and the individual's threshold for pain and what the person can take or not take. Some women will be like, no, I can't take this. She has emotionally decided to be strong for her children. I'm not saying all women should go out and do it. I'm not saying that this case is one for everybody, but this is the decision she has had to take because she wants the marriage to work for her the way she wants it to work. She wants her children to be in a situation. She wants to be able to take care of herself.
Let's just say she wants
She wants the peace
just
of
to
mind
be taken care
of her kids. And
Yes.
she's decided that she's not going to allow what the guy is doing to affect her mental health. So that's what I'm talking
But
about.
the day she gets
Women-
HIV,
Then
it
she
will
will know.
affect her mental health.
I'm not saying that she is I'm not there when she's intimate with her husband, but she would know. A woman who knows that her husband goes round, you don't think for the sake of her children, if she's holding on so much, why would she protect herself?
But I don't get
She's
this
a
thing
smart
where,
woman. But
where
anyway,
women stay.
Anyway, going back to my point, all that I'm saying is that with regard to your situation, just know that no situation is permanent. There's ups and downs. Sometimes we need to be more mature. We need to be more patient. Pray through it. Unless push comes to shove and there's really nothing you can do about it. And then by all means, you speak to the people that you're supposed to speak to. If you decide a separation you want, please by all means go for the separation. But please do not allow this to repeat itself. Once you have at the back of your mind that, oh, there's ups and downs, you're a bit more patient about it. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thank you, sisters. You know what? We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be looking into our second letter. Welcome back. It's still Sisters right here on Channel One. And if you're listening, it's 97.3 FM. A big thank you to our sponsors, Kivo, Powdered Pepper, and Cindy Rice. Let's check out our second letter. Dear sisters, I'm a 21-year-old lady living with my mom and stepfather. I must confess that my stepfather is a very charming, caring, loving, and responsible 47-year-old gentleman. I've been carrying something heavy for a while now, and I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I have to. It's been weighing on my heart, and I can't keep it inside any longer. I'm in love with my stepfather. I know this is complicated, and I'm afraid of how my mom will feel, but I can't deny it anymore. I don't want to hurt my mom, and I know this might feel like a betrayal. But I want to be honest with her about how I feel. Please, don't get me wrong. I really love my mom, And I know she also loves me, but at this point, my feelings come first. Sisters, how do I tell my mom I'm in love with her husband, my stepfather, without breaking her heart? My stepfather is so charming, caring, generous, loving, and in fact, he's the man I imagined to do forever with. I love him deeply, and I can't hide my feelings any longer. I must tell my mom about how I feel, but I don't know how to do this. Sisters, help. I'm a confused girl in love. You're a what? Okay. This is different. Right, Olivia.
It's different, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Sunday, I need Kaya Bush for this. Because, Honey Bunny, listen, you have no business being in love with your mother's, your stepfather. You have absolutely no business. He's 47 years old. I don't even know how old you are.
27.
27. 47 years old. Honey
No,
Bunny.
21.
21.
21. That even makes it worse.
Like, girl, you should go. I need to.
Are you serious?
Yes. I don't want to blast too much.
Okay.
I
So,
feel like she has daddy issues.
okay,
One.
yes. You see, first off, you want to tell your mom, and then what?
Why? Exactly.
Yeah, you want to tell her, and then what next?
So,
You see?
so you're gonna share,
Yeah.
like you're ready to be like a second wife or something?
And then number two, you just said it. It could be daddy issues. If the man is the stepdad, I don't know how long he's been her stepdad. Maybe she was younger, maybe, for you know, maybe 10 years
I
or something.
think if
when
she was
the
younger,
mom-
she wouldn't have felt that way. She wouldn't be saying, I'm in
Yes.
love with you,
Yes.
because she
Yes.
would see him as daddy, daddy,
yeah,
daddy,
yeah. But
daddy.
you know, there's
Not
always
daddy
a thin
figure.
line between that. How much you love your dad. There's a thing like you feel you're in love with your dad. Everybody's in love. Every
Wait,
young person
what?
is in love with. No, I'm not talking about sexually. I'm
Yeah.
saying you love your dad. You want to do the job. Most ladies, I did that with my dad. You want to do, even though you know you are not, you know, you can't do what he does. You're just so much in love with him. You want to do the job he's doing. You want to follow him everywhere. That's what I'm saying. So that one,
And
there's
that's
a thing,
okay.
Yes.
That's
So there's
okay.
a thin line between that, and as we are saying, so it could have started when she was younger. I don't know how long he's been a stepdad to her. Maybe she didn't have a daddy figure. She didn't have a daddy figure. And me, I'll use myself as an example. I lived with my dad till I was 6, and my dad was my everything. You know, you're young, it's like that, you know. And the 6 years I had with him was the best. He was the best dad. He was a surgeon, he was a doctor, so take us to the hospital, you know, show us his needles and things like that, you know. And he was very caring, he just pamper us. All the kind of old music I love today, it was from my dad. I wanted to do everything he did. But then after him and mom, things ended. I mean, I was young, so I didn't know it had ended. All I knew was that we're in a different country. You know, I was 6, so I didn't understand anything, but I missed him. So I was looking for him. When I started dating, I was looking for him in other men.
In other men. Daddy issues.
That is it. So if my mom had married somebody, who knows, I would have done that. And that's why I said there's a thin line between that. I could have, what she's going through, going through the same thing, thinking that I'm in love with that guy, because I could have just carried whatever it is that I was having from my dad to the next daddy figure.
And if I may ask, if you ever felt like that, you didn't feel like that.
My
thank
mom
God.
never remarried.
Exactly. So if you ever felt like that, what would you have expected from your mom?
That's the thing, you see. And so she said she's confused. So I am trying to see things from a psychological point of view. That's what I always do, because it took me a very long time to understand how powerful the mind is. The mind has a mind of its own. It has what it keeps in here. It has how it processes things and then decides on what to do, and then it can affect you physically. That's what it took me a very long time to understand that. So many things that were so confusing to me started making sense to me, because sometimes you are beating yourself up. Why did you do that? Like I was talking about, you're dating people, the wrong people, just because you had attachment. I had it for a very long time. I still have it.
Because daddy issues.
Because 6 years I never got answers from anybody, and then he died.
No closure, no nothing.
I never got it. So I still do it. Every time I'm going through a bad time, he's the first person I remember. It's something that eats me up. You see, so this lady, this is what she's going through. So that's why I ask, if you're going to tell your mom, number one, is not a therapist or anything. Number two, I don't know how close you are with her. Some people discuss everything with their parents, where they can, she's not even coming from, you see, she's worried about her mom will take it. She doesn't want to hurt her mom, so she's not coming from any vindictive point of view. She's just a young girl confused about so many things, and she needs somebody to just make it make sense. So if you're close to your mom, you can, if you're close to your mom, maybe, but I would suggest that maybe there should be a therapist in the picture there, because you don't know how she's going to take it.
Because what will your mom even think of
Yes,
you?
what are you? Yeah, they'll say, oh, you're a bad girl. There's some.
Well, it's not just
it's
about.
a very
it's
dicey
not just,
situation.
Exactly, it's not just about even maybe seeing her as a bad girl.
Yeah.
But the mom might not understand what she's going
That's
through.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Some mothers don't.
No mother will at this point.
So they need a professional.
It's a different thing if a mother sees maybe the stepfather trying to sexually do something to the girl.
Yes.
Do you understand? Then there will be a different conversation.
Yeah.
It's a different thing to if the mom sees the man trying to do something to the girl and then covers it up and then
Which some
blames
women
the girl.
do, yes. Which
But
some
now
women do.
the daughter.
She's on her own. No, she's the only one who is feeling whatever she's feeling.
And unfortunately, it makes the home very inconducive because, you know, she's young, she's probably pretty, and she is competition. You know, sometimes how some men can't pick up that this girl likes you, but you'll be sitting behind him like, Charlie guy, this girl likes you.
People can tell.
And the girl is, like Gail said, she has like attachment issues. And she's admired, she has nothing but admiration. The way she took her time and said he's handsome, he's 47, he's this, he's good looking. She's really falling in love with this guy. She's ready to fight her mom for this guy if we don't advise her properly. So sweetheart, first and foremost, I think that I want to say thank you for reaching out to us to be able to give you sound advice. First and foremost, this is your mother's love. Okay, think about it like this. Maybe mommy was not really lucky when it came to love, and maybe this guy is now, you know, has given your home a bit of a father figure, a bit of a solid home feeling, and now mommy is at peace and mommy is happy and everything. So imagine telling mommy that you're actually in love. You see your stepfather more than just the father. Mommy is not going to be happy. Okay, mommy is not going to be happy about that. So I wouldn't want you to do anything to break mommy's heart. I feel like immediately you should seek therapy. You should seek help. You know, because sometimes, depending on how you grew up, depending on what your cravings are. When I say cravings, I don't mean cravings for cake or sugar or toffee. I'm talking about that innate feeling that we all have as little girls, to have our daddies around us, to have our daddies inspire us, motivate us, and talk to us about issues. You are lacking that. Therefore, you are looking for that something. And maybe your stepfather is there. He actually looks you in the eye, gives you attention. He's interested in you as a human being. And you have never seen that kind of experience, that kind of attention before. And you might be misinterpreting it as he loves you. And you, like, you know, it's because he loves you. But it's probably not that kind of love, because he's with mommy because he loves mommy in the more intimate way, and he loves you as a daughter. And he's probably a good man who's decided, oh, you know, he's going to love mommy and love his daughter for you. So the way that you're probably interpreting it is not how your stepfather is seeing it. And it would surprise you to know that even if you confess your emotions to your stepfather, he's going to end up even telling your mom, and it's going to make the whole relationship murky. He's going to stop giving you that attention that you desperately need. It's all part of the learning process, my dear.
I don't think she needs attention. She has the attention now.
Yeah, she has the attention now. Maybe she didn't get it from the past. That's what I mean. I don't think she got it from the past. This whole thing seems new, whereby finally there's a man at home. There's a man who seems interested in you as a person. There's a man who is actually there. So you are misinterpreting what he's doing.
But she's 21, oh, she'll not be kidding you.
Yes.
No, but girl,
so she can have romantic feelings
no.
for somebody. So we
She
shouldn't,
can have, she can have
completely
romantic
dismiss
feelings
that.
for somebody,
Yeah.
but if you don't go back psychologically to what is causing her to feel
That
like
has
that,
to be dealt
that
with.
has to be addressed.
But you see,
because you can.
That's why I like the fact that she sent us this letter, but at the same time, I wish she could actually talk to someone who is not a therapist yet, and someone that can actually take her to the therapist. Because let's look at it, let's look around us. If this person is sending a letter from Ghana here, how many 21-year-olds can even afford walking to a therapist?
Yeah, she's young.
Probably she doesn't even have that
to
money.
talk to the right person.
So it's about
But the
talking
thing
to the
is,
right person.
talk to the
But
right
that's the
understand?
thing. If she had the right person to talk to, she wouldn't have brought it here. Do you get what I mean? She would not have brought it here.
Charlie?
So I can make myself easily available. I'm available. If she wants help, I can actually pay for therapy for her, because therapy is about 700 cedis for an hour, depending on where you're going to for a session. And I know pretty good people, pretty good therapists that I can recommend. I could pay for therapy just for her to, rewire, because there's nothing. This submission that you've put through, there's nothing quite right about it. You should not be seeing your stepfather in that particular light.
So there's a
Especially
problem.
because it's your mom and you see your mom with him and he's your step. So it means that they are married. As a mom and dad are actually married. And if you're boldly calling him your stepfather, he's
supposed to be your father.
Not supposed to be your boyfriend. So honey bunny, please, even from a mental perspective or even where you're coming from, is not even right. And if we don't nip this in the bud quickly, it could develop into something worse, whereby you would actually fight with your mom.
And they become rivals.
It will become toxic. And like they say, like when you're sweeping, you can't see, when you're sweeping and you're not sweeping properly, you can't see as much as the person who is standing behind you can see into the future and see, my dear, you haven't swept this place properly. You don't know what your future holds. And mommy has been there for you time and time again. And there's something beautiful. There's having family is beautiful. Don't ruin the family that you finally have right now just because of your emotions. And it could also be like one of those things whereby, it could probably be a crash or something that will fade away. It could be a phase. So honey bunny, and you know what? Being in love with a 47-year-old man.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. And you're 21. And sweetheart, those of us who are a little older, right, can tell you that it will get to a point in time, intimacy, your father has gone for his match intimately, which is your mom. And you're too young. It's complicated more than you can you see it right now.
To add to that, this is not just directly to her, like this is to all parents, and especially parents raising girls. It's important that we allow the young daughters date their age mates. That's one mistake. That's one big problem that we have. I'm speaking for sub-Saharan Africa, that we have here. You see young people, young as 18, telling you they're dating somebody in their 30s, telling you they're dating somebody in their 40s. That's a problem. Date your age mate. When you're 16, date a 16-year-old. Date a 17-year-old. I'm not saying you should tell your kids to start, dating around, but obviously when they're that age, some of them are actually dating in secondary school already. You understand? Let people date their age mate. That's why, like, when you go to places like the States or even like in Europe, we see it. You see people dating their age mates. And that's why also we have problems with Africans when they travel. You see older African men texting people that are 14, texting people.
It's just
You
gross.
understand?
It's just
Yeah.
gross.
Because there are some things that we allow in our society that, like, there because of abject poverty. Sometimes you see some families say, "Oh, why are you dating that small boy? What will
can
that
he do
small
for
boy
you?
give
Yeah,
you?
what can he do
he
for
do
you?"
for you?"
Yeah.
Then the girl is programmed to be to be dating someone that is way older, and then that's something that fuels men, and they start going out for underage kids and all that because we allowed it. And it's not normal. It's only in our society. And then when these men go to Europe, especially England, they're always getting caught.
Oh, yeah.
They're always getting caught talking to underage
younger
players.
ones,
So it's always
yeah.
like it's Europe that corrects them. Meanwhile, we see these things in our environment. We don't talk about it because most of the
And the
people,
mothers are pushing them,
exactly,
you know,
we
you know.
condemn our daughters going out with their age mates.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's what they do. They stop them from befriending their age
don't
mates,
befriend
you
them. Oh,
know.
will he give you?
Yeah.
It's about
That's
it's
so
about
sad,
things.
though.
Things.
Yeah.
It's always about material
they can
things, and
get.
it's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why when I look at it with this girl's issue now, or when I try to intertwine it with
Yeah.
this girl's issue. Who knows if she grew
It's
up in an
possible
environment
because
like that?
an older
Who
man.
knows
This is way older.
if that's what she's seeing around her? Maybe that's what all her friends are doing.
My question to her though is, what does she really want?
To marry the man.
Like you said, the way she
So,
listed
exactly.
his qualities.
So if she wants to
know.
marry the guy, is very dangerous.
She wants to be second wife.
Sweetheart, no.
You and your mom.
No, it's because you have to be psychologically prepared to know and accept that he is not your husband, or he's not your boyfriend.
It can't
he
happen.
is your father.
Then
and
somebody
that
will have to.
it
One person
cannot
has to step
happen
out. The
because
two of you
we
can't
could
have
hire
it.
therapists and all of that, but if you innately have decided that you don't want help and that
You
all
want
you
him.
want is you want him,
It can't happen.
it's problematic, honey bunny. It's problematic. But from
Yeah,
from an
because
adult's perspective,
yeah,
and
and
from
when
our
you
perspective,
read
shouldn't be
when you read everything,
even having sexual thoughts.
she
or,
said her feelings comes first.
That's what. Yeah, you said. That's what she
So
said.
she's ready
though.
to fight her mother.
So yeah.
you should not.
Yes.
It's
Imagine.
there's no blessing in it. First
Imagine.
and foremost, and secondly, your stepfather might not even feel the way
Maybe he
you're
doesn't even
feeling.
like
He doesn't
you.
even like you like that.
way.
I
Honey,
think
it's
no, you
not
know what?
right. It's not
I'm
right.
sorry. That's why I keep saying, like, I wish it was someone else that sent this letter, not her, because we can say everything now. Whatever she wants to do is what she will do.
Because she's young.
Yes.
So yeah, you know,
So,
her
like,
mindset is.
God,
Different.
guys,
I know,
I don't know
right?
how to say this without even sounding harsh. She probably not just needs to see a therapist, like she needs like
needs
serious
help,
psychological
and
help. She
quick
needs to be
help.
locked
Yeah.
in one of
You
those
need quick
places
help.
and then really worked on.
Rewired.
This is serious.
Rewired. And just to let you know,
And she can do anything to her mother just for the man.
Exactly. And we've actually heard stories whereby there was a submission whereby this girl called in or sent her submission. This was years back. And she was actually on the verge. She told us that she hates her mother. She wants her
Yes.
mother dead. The girl went on to
Yes.
say things like
Because
that.
it causes a bit of friction. It starts to
Exactly.
cause friction. You start to think
So
your
that's
mother
why I
is
say
against
so
you.
somebody will have to be moved. The three of them cannot be together. One has to be taken out.
And
And then she will only be the person.
So that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's time and season for everything. And there's a reason why God said man and woman should come together. Because God knew that girls will need their fathers and boys need their mothers when they're growing up emotionally. So you realize that even me, I have 2 daughters and a son. My son is more closer to me, more protective of me. And my daughter is very like, when I go to work and then I have to go to work and then we're driving and I'm sitting in front, immediately I get up, she comes to sit in the front position and she puts her hand around daddy and she's, because she assumes a particular position. It's coming from a place of innocence. It's not coming from a place of, and because there's daddy there and there's mommy there to constantly, and we as mothers, we need to be extra observant with our daughters. You need to be able to tell, when something is off, when something is not quite right, how they're feeling emotionally, if they distance themselves, if they want more. Girls are more like, he's my daddy, he's my daddy, he's my daddy, more possessive of their fathers. So because that thing was lost, she has to wait up until 21 to be able to now experience. So she probably also, she thinks she's sure.
She's probably,
she doesn't know where she's
There's
at.
probably like
Confusion.
a 6-year-old inside her.
Thank you.
So
You know,
she needs to work on the on that 6-year-old.
That child.
That child in her. But you know what? We're sisters and we love you, and we're all singing the same song, that what you're about to embark on is not the best. It's not right. You should not be doing that. And please do not fight your mom for your mom's husband. Your mom is in love. Let mommy be happy. Trust me, you are young. Listen, you have your whole life ahead of you. You have opportunities to learn, to go to school, to travel, to do things. When I say things like that, I'm probably being like way too out of the box. Even here in Ghana, you have your whole life ahead of you. Don't ruin it. This man is 47, or give him the next 40 years. By 40 years, how old would you be?
Yeah.
You know, you now have to also have kids.
Then she'll be his sugar baby.
Exactly. You know, and then would your kids be grandkids? Like, sweetheart, it doesn't quite pan out
go and
properly.
find her own age
so
mates.
find somebody who loves you for you, and by all means, I don't even think even your stepdad even looks at you like that.
Yeah.
But find love the right way, and God will bless you. But for now, please, listen to us. So it's
Get
not
help.
right. Please,
Professional help.
Get help, because it's not right. It will not end well.
And if you can't get help, I think the best thing for you to do is actually, the way you sent us the letter, you should actually send us another letter. A follow-up letter telling us that you need help. And
I'll
maybe
be happy to
we will
help.
actually recommend her someone, or
help.
maybe Olivia will directly help you with that person. Don't forget to leave your numbers too, so you can be reached out to. But sisters, this has been a very interesting conversation.
It's emotional.
Because there are so many angles to it.
Yeah.
It's not just about daddy issues, but also I think it's deeper than
It is
deeper than what it is. It's not also an attachment. It's so many things
Even as with her as a person now, that she's also at an age where maybe she's aware of so many things. As a woman, maybe she's also started having romantic feelings and things. There's so many things going on at that moment that she needs clarification on. And even as a person.
It would have been nice to have a bit of background story to help us better understand where she's at.
And also to understand the kind of relationship she has with her mother.
Thank you.
Because that also plays a part in
how
you know, she's feeling,
how
because
they are.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, sisters, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Sister. It's been interesting, a bit heavy too, and a bit confusing, but we'll take it like that. Thank you so much to each and everyone that sent in their letters. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be sharing my final thoughts. Welcome back. It's time for me to share my final thoughts on every letter that was sent here. The sisters have done their part, and now this is what I think. So, with the first letter, you think your husband is cheating. Okay, he already checked out emotionally, but you think he's also cheating physically. And you also decided to do the same thing, and you got pregnant. Well, thank you for sending in your letters, and thank you for trusting us to, you know, kind of like share our thoughts on this. But what I would say is, really ask yourself, do you want to keep this child? Is it going to make you happy? Is it going to make you fulfilled? And if yes, you know you still have to tell the father of the child. You know you still have to tell your current husband about everything. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very heavy. You have to actually be prepared for it. You have to prepare for the outcome, especially for the fact that you are still married to somebody. Like Olivia said, there's so many things involved. Families are going to be involved, and things are not going to be normal anymore. So I am saying you have to be mentally prepared. You are already emotionally destabilized. Just be mentally prepared, because it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say do not keep the child or anything like that. It's all your decision to make. But you also have to tell the other guy that impregnated you that, okay, this is it right now. And maybe from what he says is what will determine what happens next. So good luck to you. And it's very dangerous for us to take decisions based on assumption. I think this could have been avoided if you spoke to your husband when all these things started. You should have known where he was at the moment by explaining how you feel and also listening to him talk. You understand? And if all that was put on the table earlier, you would have known where you stand and maybe walked out of the marriage gracefully or worked on your marriage. But now this has happened. I'm not going to kick your butt while you're already down. So good luck to you. But just know it's not going to be easy. Anyway, the second letter about this 21-year-old girl in love with her 47-year-old stepfather. I really don't have much to say. The only thing I have to say right now, since you're the person that sent in this letter, is you need help. You need serious help. Everybody has said what I was going to say, like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But to wrap everything up, you need help. And that help, you have to see a therapist because there are deeper problems that have not been solved. And that's what is causing the ripple effect that we are seeing now. And don't be shy. Don't be shy. Send us a letter again and let us know, how we can actually reach out to you and find you the help that you need. Prayer is not going to do it alone. You actually do need psychological help. Some things need to be looked at and some things need to be put back again. Okay? So don't be shy. But thank you so much for trusting us. I'm not going to bash you. But just know that you need help because this is not normal. Anyway, my name is Chris Carter and this has been a wonderful episode of Sister Sister. Like I said, quite heavy, but yeah, we just had to go through it. And a very big thank you to the sisters for making this possible always. And also our sponsors, Kivo Pepper and Cindy Rice. Thank you so much for holding us down. And obviously, the most important people right now, the viewers. You are the real MVP because without you, we don't know how this will be possible. Thank you so much. My name is Chris Carter. See you next week.